Yeah, there'll be all these other things that'll happen, and you just kind of have to rethink, all of your models and move forward in a new world.
That was Michael Saylor discussing the spot Ethereum ETF approval that happened just a couple of days ago. And in today's clip, we're going to be checking out what Michael Saylor thinks about the Ethereum ETF. Does he think it's good for Bitcoin? Does he think it's bad for Bitcoin? And he also talks about, if you look between the lines, he talks about why institutions could put Ethereum on their balance sheet. And it makes you think, will Michael Saylor put ETH on MicroStrategy's balance sheet in the future? We'll be checking out that clip in a second, but you can see right here, spot Ethereum ETF approval may be better for Bitcoin from Michael Saylor. This was in a recent interview that he just did. And it also makes you think, what if Michael Saylor put Ethereum on his balance sheet instead of Bitcoin? He's missed out on a potential $10 billion gain. As you can see, MicroStrategy's Bitcoin investment is worth $14.94 billion. But if they had bought ETH instead of Bitcoin, it could have been $19 billion or even $20.922 billion with staking. And it's going to be interesting to see if this trend continues in the future as Ethereum continues to outperform Bitcoin, or over the long run, does Bitcoin eventually outperform Ethereum? Obviously, Ethereum has a lot more competitors versus Bitcoin with Solana and Cardano and ICP and all the other layer ones out there. But will this make Michael Saylor think that, hey, maybe we should put some Ethereum on the balance sheet because it actually has outperformed Bitcoin and now it's deemed a commodity because it has a spot ETF? We're going to be checking out this clip. Let me know what you guys think about this in the comment section below. Hit the like button if you find any value. Let's go ahead and play the clip here.
It upends everybody's model.
Yeah.
It's like when things get political, this gets very political, then you just have to rethink all of your premises. And, so here's what I think. I think 2 weeks before, the world looked like Bitcoin was going to be the only asset securitized and offered as a spot ETF by the Wall Street establishment, and it was going to spread as the one legitimate crypto asset. I think right now, the best expectation is the crypto asset class will be legitimized, supported by both parties. There's an industry. Crypto is an asset class. There's an entire range of use cases, 24/7 digital trading, digital art, NFTs, tokens, decentralized this, functionality, DeFi. There's a lot of things that will be considered in a more open light, and Bitcoin will be the leader of the crypto asset class. And if you look at it and say, well, is this good for Bitcoin or not? Yeah, I think it's good for Bitcoin. I think, in fact, it may be better for Bitcoin because I think that we are politically much more powerful, supported by the entire crypto industry, right? They obviously have a lot of political power, a lot of users, and they serve as another line of defense for Bitcoin. So I think instead of someone saying, well, there's one crypto asset, maybe I'll allocate 1% of my money to it, I think mainstream investors might say, oh, there's a crypto asset class now, and maybe we'll allocate 5% or 10% to the crypto asset class, but Bitcoin will be 60% or 70% of that. So I actually think it could accelerate institutional adoption. It's good for marketing. Yeah, there'll be all these other things that'll happen, and you just kind of have to rethink, all of your models and move forward in a new world. With the caveat that I looked at, last night, FIT 21, the crypto bill was passed in a landslide by the House of Representatives. I don't know the exact number, but it was like 2/3, 1/3. So it was a 66% or something majority. It's a 484-page bill. Okay. So I started reading it, and reading, it's hard to read 500 pages and internalize it. But I'm sure they haven't read it.
Yeah.
And it goes to the Senate. And so I imagine there'll be a lot of debate about what goes into 484 pages. What clearly they want to do is they want to create a regulatory process to establish a digital commodity and define decentralization and define a digital commodity and treat the rest I think that, again, this would be political, but the difference is instead of one party has taken the position, limited Bitcoin, nothing else. We're afraid of Bitcoin. The only explanation I can come up with for why you would believe in Bitcoin but be so resistant to Bitcoin options, in-kind creates, and Bitcoin custody for banks is Bitcoin's so good, we don't want it to go too fast. We don't want it to grow too quickly because it might destabilize the traditional system. But one party was limited Bitcoin and the other party was crypto. And now we've got one party, we're defined by crypto advocacy, very pro-crypto, pro-Bitcoin, aggressively pro-crypto. And the second party, responsible crypto, responsible Bitcoin, but we're enthusiastic, right? I mean, that's how the playing field is shifted. And that will ripple to the rest of the world, right? However the US goes, it'll go to Singapore, the UAE, the EU, and there are even signs that it's already rippled into Hong Kong, but it may ripple back into China. And so ultimately, I think 2024 will definitely be viewed as a pivotal year, but I don't see how you can view it as anything other than incredibly auspicious for the adoption of Bitcoin by nation states, large banks, institutional investors. And there's just an explosion in global consensus that this is an idea whose time has come, and we'll be living with a lot of other crypto ideas along the way for quite a while to come, I think. But none of them are threatening to us at this point. I think Bitcoin has gotten too mature, has become too powerful to be threatened by another crypto. I think this is going to be a case of a rising tide is going to lift all boats.